All right, team, how we doing? Coach Dana Cavalea here with you, and I want to talk to you about goals, goal setting, and the right way to do it. There's a lot of talk about this topic, goals. Everybody wants to achieve goals, but most people don't really know how to set them. So I want to give you an inside look as to how we do it in the world of sports and how we build out a year-long achievement model for you to achieve goals, okay? So I want to show you this, right? It's a little something I put together. And it talks about macro cycle. So your macro cycle is your full year. So here's where it starts, here's where it ends. And within that macro cycle or that full year, you have these sort of meso cycles, which are, let's say, these 4 quarters. And then within those 4 quarters, we have our micro cycles, which could be the weeks, the individual weeks that make up the quarter. So we have our macro, which is the whole year, our meso, which is 4 quarters, and our micro, which is the weeks that make up the quarter. So for our macro, we have to determine what is our macro goal? What is our vision for this year? And I always say, break it down into just a couple categories. What's my vision for my physicality, my body? What's my goal for my mind, right? What am I looking to advance myself in? Relationships, that's another goal. And then career is another. So when you attack those 4, you come up with one thing that you'd like to achieve for your macro. Now, when it comes to your meso, you say, okay, what do I want to achieve for my mentality? What do I want to achieve for my physicality, my relationships, and my career for this meso, for the quarter? What do I want to do for the quarter? And then we get to the micro. What do I want to do each week? What are the things that I'm going to do each week, which is really your process as it relates to, again, physical, mental, career, and relationships. What am I going to do each week, really each day, which is your process that allows me to nail my micro goal or my micro vision. And if I do that each week, I'll end up nailing my meso for the quarter, which ultimately, if I do that 4 quarters in a row, I'll nail my macro. Okay, so people, they get so hyper-focused on what I want to do for the year. That's why everybody, or the majority, fail at New Year's resolutions because they don't work, because it's only focused on the macro. And it never distills down to the meso, which is your quarters, and it almost never gets to the micro, meaning week over week over week over week, outside of maybe the first 2 weeks of January. Now here we are talking about how to hit goals. We could start this today. We don't have to necessarily wait till the turn of the quarter, or we don't have to necessarily wait till January 1. So we can, this is a great way to set goals for yourself and a way for you to make sure you're pacing accordingly. And that's what I want for you. I want you to win. And we do that by having a big macro vision, a meso vision, and a micro vision, which is really based on daily and weekly actions that we're going to take to win the quarter, which is our meso, and ultimately win the macro, which is our full year. So that's my lesson for you. And this is how we set goals with athletes in terms of their physical training, their mental training, and their overall performance for the year. And I wanted to share that with you because I think it's super beneficial. And that's what this is about. You know, helping people achieve optimal performance is not about fluff. It's not about doing things for no reason. It's about getting super clear, macro, meso, micro, and attacking with consistency and not looking for something, you know, because you're bored. It's doing what you need to do to generate success at the micro, meso, and macro. And when you do that, I can tell you this, you will succeed at your goal. And if you don't believe me, try it for just 1 quarter. Try it for 4 weeks. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel really good about how your micro goal and how you're doing in that micro vision. And ultimately, it's going to want to take you to quarter 2 and start to really nail those mesos. And in the end, you'll hit your macro. So this is Coach Dana Cavalea. Simple lesson for you this week. And I hope you enjoy. And most importantly, you put into practice. See ya.